Hello Gemini, and thank you so much for tuning in for the April of 2022 Taroscope. This is Vickieverlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess, and you can find me at vickieverlie.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. If you like tarot and you like creativity and spirituality, then I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. The decks that we're going to be using is, the first portion we'll use my new Rock and Roll Tarot deck, which is available through the links below this video if you're interested. Then we're going to do the Hanson Roberts for the second portion of the reading. Then finally we're going to pull a Beast Mistress Animal Oracle card for your animal totem for the month. If you're a level 2 Patreon subscriber, we're going to be pulling a card from Tarot of the Abyss, 4 cards from the Tarot of the Abyss, by Anna Touraim, I believe it's how you pronounce it. Okay, let's get into the reading. Now, there's so much astrology going on, Gemini, you won't believe it. I mean, none of it's in Gemini. I mean, you're not getting hit directly. But there's things that are going on that everybody's going to be affected by. First of all, the first thing in as far as going through the calendar is going to be on the 12th. And on the 12th, we're going to have the big Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. Now, this is in the sign of Pisces, which is a square to your Gemini energy. Let me grab a chart and let's take a look here. So here is the sign of Pisces, and here is the sign of Gemini. So it's a square. It's a 90-degree angle. So it's a square, but squares make things happen. Squares push us to... Things could happen, things could shift on a dime, and the eclipse energy also brings about big changes, which is going to be occurring at the last day of the month on April 30th. We're going to have 2 new moons this month. We're going to have a new moon on the 1st in the sign of Aries, and then we're going to have a second new moon, which is the eclipse new moon in April 30th. So April is a month that is just chocked full of all these big astrological events. So let's try to take a look and see how these energies may affect our Gemini friends. Okay, what's going on for our Geminis in the month of April of 2022 for Gemini? Well, there's a couple. This one wanted to stay behind on this one. Oh, wow. Tower and Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Pretty major. Okay. So something could be eclipsed out of your life. Even though that the eclipse is actually the new moon eclipse. And usually this, everybody's heard this phrase, well, the eclipse is going to eclipse something out of your life. That usually pertains to the full moon eclipse, which will be coming in May. But, yeah, you did have these 2 cards wanted to come out, and here they are. It's the Tower, and then it's followed by the Wheel of Fortune. So the Tower is something, it's cleared. But a Tower is necessary energy for clearing. So sometimes with those squares, and sometimes that could make things changeable. It could very much make things changeable. But it's interesting that the Wheel of Fortune came right with it. Because the wheel says that it is for your highest fate and your destiny. What I'm hearing from the guides is your highest fate and destiny is calling. Okay? You're being called, Gemini. I'm going to write that. You're being called. You're being called to align with your highest soul's work. You're being called. And not, maybe you'll be called. Maybe somebody will call you on the phone or a messenger or something. But, I mean, it's bigger than that with the Wheel of Fortune. And the other part of it is look at what's above it, pointing right at it. I always like to look where this horn points to. Pointing straight down here at this Wheel of Fortune Tower energy. These are also 3 major arcana cards. So this is powerful energy at work. The Wheel of Fortune talks about the Judgment talks about completing a major cycle, a major karmic cycle. Something's come to completion, and you're free to move forward, and you're free to move onward. It looks like the moving onward may not come till a little later in the month as we move into the Earth sign energy of Taurus. And the Earth sign energy of Taurus is going to be on the 19th. That's when the Sun moves from Aries into Taurus, okay? And that seems to be... Another thing is the eclipse on April 30th is also in this time of Taurus. So I feel like this is fire to earth, Aries to Taurus, eclipse time. Bam. There it is. Here comes the eclipse. I really feel strong this is going to be... Well, you have to make a choice, Taurus. If you want to be stubborn... I'm tired. I said Taurus. I was thinking of Taurus because of the thing. You don't have to flood the comments with that mistake that I made. Because of the eclipse in Taurus and everything. But I know I'm reading Gemini. You have a choice to make. There's 2 different ways you can go with this. You could try to make the old thing work and do nothing, and then it's just going to be a real hard time for you. You could fight against the Tower energy, and then you could feel like you're just not getting anywhere. Your feet are in mud, you're not going anywhere, and you have a heavy load to carry. Or you could heed the message of the Tower. You could heed the message of the higher guidance. You could start to follow your destiny. You could go down the path of Ace of Cups energy, love, enjoyment, creativity. That Jupiter-Neptune thing is going to be off the hook creativity for everybody. What are you creating at that time? And then you have the Three of Wands here, 2 of your ships coming in. I'm not sure what order these were in. Were they like that? Or I'm not sure. I'm going to move on to the next portion of the reading. Let's get the Hanson Roberts cards. Let's start shuffling up on them for our Gemini friends. Let's give us some more energy. So here you are an air sign. So therefore you show up as the swords in the tarot. So we're going to look for the Knight. You're going to be either the Knight of, regardless of gender, you're going to be the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, or the King of Swords. So whoever shows up first, that is going to be the card that represents you. And then we're just going to take a peek and look at the cards that are in between. I'm reading them all up. Okay, so let's see. Your Lovers, 2 of Cups, the last ones. The last reading had very similar cards right at the onset about this Lovers thing. Well, you know, that's another thing when thinking about it with the Jupiter-Neptune. Definitely dreamy, lovey energy, too. Definitely could be falling in love. I knew that we were falling in love. And I could tell you all the things I've been thinking of. Now you're together. You might have to talk to a lawyer about something. Get some wise advice, some counsel here. I'm going to read all the cards upright too. Okay, so we're looking for the Knight of Cups. Not the Knight. I said that because I saw the King of Cups here. We're looking for the Swords people. The page came out, but I usually don't use it. I used to just start with the Knight. Okay, I'm going to start another row up here. Okay, good. Well, actually, I'm going to go back down because I want the row above you. So there you are. You have shown out. You have shown out. Here's you got right next to you this time here. You've got the Hangman again. Showed up in the initial spread, showing up right next to you right now. Okay, one more row below you, so we can. You have Wheel of Fortune also right by you again. Another Ace right below you. 2 of Rods and the Page of Cups. Yeah. Okay, so here you are. Maybe I should zoom in a little. Let's take this and like zoom down a little because we're really just looking at this group of cards. Here you are. We're really just looking at this group of cards that surround you. If you read tarot and you know what these other cards are or anything standing out to you, by all means take that into consideration as well. But I'm going to look at what's right here. Yeah, so here you are, and there's that Death again. I mean, you had Tower, you had Death. Some big change is wanting to occur for your highest destiny. First time around, we had the Tower followed by the Wheel. This time around, we've got Death followed by the Wheel right next to you. And it's smack dab right next to you here, Gemini. The other thing is, and what did I say? You had to make a choice. I was saying that in the first reading. You've got to make a choice. You could either wait around to see what's going to happen or allow what's going to leave, eclipse out of your life, and then embrace this new positive energy because this new positive energy looks wonderful. Right below the wheel, you have the beautiful star energy. Spirit guides and angels are sending you blessings. Your path is opening up. A new beginning is there. You're getting the downloads. You're getting the psychic energy from the Neptune Jupiter. That's another thing that will be really prevalent with the Neptune Jupiter thing. Many people are going to get downloads, insights. Psychic energy is going to be off the hook. And you're going to be in it too, Gemini. You got the 10 of Cups showing up right next to this water sign energy and this King of Cups. So some great, potentially a love relationship if somebody of you are thinking about love. But really, it feels to me it's more like you're part of this group now. And this is just really, really happy energy. And I feel like, too, for some of you who have been in like a situation for a long time where it's just like this drudgery that you just hate and you just can't stand it, but maybe you don't see another way out of this big change that could be occurring, I think you're going to be like, oh, you know, why didn't I, this load that was showing up here can be lifted off of your back. And you could be like, well, I don't know why I didn't do that, years ago. Why did I stay in that suffering for so long? Why did I, some of them got 10s and 12s. Some of you may have been in this situation for 10 or 12 years, or even since 2010 or 2012, or at least maybe 10 to 12 months in some cases, because we have a 10 and a 12 there, 10 and a 12 here. All right, looks really good, Gemini. Let's get your animal totem, the last part of the reading. Oh, everything's falling out all over the place here. Let me get these back together. Nothing dropped on the ground. Okay, while I'm shuffling, I want to want to make a quick announcement about a couple of things. If you're watching this near the end of March, then the last week of March, then the Aries Ingress reading is still available. That'll be done by the end of the month. But as we move into the next 2 months, I'm going to be offering the eclipse reading. So if you want to look at your chart and what's going on with these eclipses that are really powerful and see exactly how it can affect you personally, then you can check into that. The other reading that a new reading that I've just started with this month is going to be the soulmate, psychic soulmate karmic reading, where I look at your past lives with two people together. We look at the past lives, we look at what karmic stuff is. This is deep stuff, okay? A lot of past life stuff, a lot of karma. It's not the kind of reading that you get if you're like, well, is he going to call me by 7 o'clock? No. I really don't want to do those kind of readings at all. This is deep soulmate energy, past life stuff. So if something like that interests you, you can find all that information on my website. So let's get our Gemini animal totem for April. Gemini. The rabbit. Very much fertility, very much abundance, a lot of opportunity, a lot of abundance. It goes very well with the Ten of Cups, where you're just in this state of overflow and having so much and being, really happy, overjoyed, in a very positive place. I keep wanting to feel like that's you, even though it's not you. If any of you have major water sign, this could be talking about you too. Or if you are looking for a love relationship, you may get involved with a water sign energy. Or when the rabbit comes up, a third option for some people, when the rabbit comes up, sometimes we're talking about a pregnancy. So you may be finding out about somebody being pregnant, and this could be the person who's pregnant, either one of these, if it's not you, or it could also be if you're expecting or somebody's expecting, because the baby card's here too. If somebody's expecting, it can talk about they may be born in the water sign time. So let's see what the next water sign time is going to be like till Cancer. Could be coming in on that Jupiter-Neptune conjunction too. If you're expecting this month, it could be on that 12th when we're having that big Pisces activation. Real quick, I wanted to play some more of my music. I have a second single out before the first album. The first, many of you went and listened to the first one. It caused such a problem for me with YouTube. I mean, I got it straightened out, but it recognized it as my copyright. But it was accusing me of stealing my own stuff. And which I got it all straightened out, but I don't want to go through all that rigmarole again on 12 different videos, so I'm not going to play it this month. But it's free to listen on your favorite music platform. The second single is out, The Quickening, or just Quickening. And, it's instrumental. It's great for raising consciousness. It's great for doing creative work, writing, studying, just anything. Where if you like instrumental, you like New Age, and you like raising consciousness, you may enjoy my music, and I would appreciate it if you give it a listen. Okay, so for the Patreon peeps, we're going to do another few cards from the Tarot of the Abyss. You can find out information about everything we've talked about and more in the description of the video, or just by visiting my website, vickieverlie.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have the best month ever. This is going to be a big month for everybody. Lots of big changes coming through. You have a choice, Gemini. You can go embrace something's coming to an end one way or another. When we got Tower and Dad, something's coming to an end. So why not embrace the change? Why not embrace the new beginnings that are showing up here? Because both times it showed with Wheel of Fortune. It's your fate anyway, so why fight it? Okay? Alright, Gemini. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, donating. I have classes, books, all sorts of stuff. Check it all out. Thank you so much. Have the best month ever. Bye.